on Drury Lane.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
My muffin! Wherever did I put my magic spatula? Did I leave it at a charity that I was giving muffins to? Giving muffins as a reward for their hard work and dedication to the community? Wherever did I put my magic spatula? And I need it to make these muffins. I wish I could find it. Well, today we're gonna meet someone that helps you find yourself, that helps you reach inside to discover that you have a soul. And while I'm missing my magic spatula, she helps people to find themselves. Oh, they're just so delicious.
Hi, my name is Heather Loucks. I live out here in the woods and I love living here. It's actually very beautiful. I come here today for you to see about who you are. I'll tell you about who I am, and then maybe you'll come and visit to find out who you are. So I was born very differently than most people. I remembered being in the light of love. And I remembered that and went in and out of that throughout most of my life. My parents didn't know what to do with me with that. So they took me to a psychiatrist for many years, and that's where I got my psychiatric training. That was very lovely. I grew up in a very small town. Parents and siblings and a grandmother that loved me unconditionally. I lived in Peru for quite a while, and that's where I kind of remembered my nativeness, my earthly human medicine woman part. And I have children. I have lots of children. I've had 3 children of my body. I have 3 grandchildren. I have also 2 that are going to be born momentarily in the next month or so. Next day, I think one of them, and the other one within the next month. That's very happy. I've also raised many children. 27, I think, was the last count, where kids would just come and stay. Their parents were very busy and working and didn't really have time for them. So they would come to my house to play with my kids, and they would just stay. So that's been a very big gift in my life. I also adopted 2 girls. Yeah, they were family members so that they could have an education and a life that was very different than one that they had had. We had to move here from Peru because of the terrorists. So that was a very difficult time. But my dad helped us a lot through that. I believe that my purpose is to help people remember who they really are. Not as a human being, but as a spirit. As that spiritual being that we all are, that's infinite and immortal. I believe that I've come here to assist people in remembering who they really are. And I do that through I use many tools and techniques, technologies. I love technologies. Sometimes they don't love me too much, but I love them. We've created a whole new world, and we need to bring new ways back, new ancient ways, back to our earth to diminish the chaos and the suffering that people are in. I can't help stopping wars. I can't do that. But I can help people know who they are, because I did it. And I know many other people who've done it. And that to me is a beautiful thing, because I know that once you're who you are, back into that, without all the woundedness, without all the suffering and the striving, that the universe will conspire on your behalf to have a successful and lovely life here on earth for all of us to enjoy. So I bring a different vibration back. I am courageous enough, or devoted enough? No, or disciplined enough? Maybe that's it. I do my practices every day to bring in that energy into myself, to kind of dissipate all of my struggles, so that I can just remember the event without all the emotional strife. And I'm getting there. It's been years, yeah, but I'm getting there. And in that way, I can tell my stories, because I have a lot of things that have happened to me that might be of assistance to another person that's going through a struggle. Hi, I brought you down into Spirit Cave. It named itself about a year and a half ago, and it's a very magical place. And this is where we have events, where we help people remember who they really are. I also sponsor many people that have techniques and ways of helping others remember who they really are. Many people had various experiences where they were awakened and enlightened when they came upstairs after the event here. Very lovely. So that was the precedent of many events that came after that. And we still do events. Every month we do a Festival of Light here in this area in the Northeast. And where we invite people to come to experience Ascended Master Light and guidance. And I have found that has been my only road to my own well-being, my only road to unconditional love of myself and others that I work on daily. Yes. Oh. I feel energies. I know things that I shouldn't know, because the education isn't there. It's only through other beings, other spiritual beings, that I receive that information from. So that was one of my activities for healing. I did a lot of things to get well, and I can share those at another time. But just so you have some hope, because I know those are one of the two biggest circumstances in our life that are difficult, that make us grow. I think a sickness, a chronic sickness, an illness, creates a different energy in you. And that's when I cried out for help. I said, I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to do this. And nobody in my human life seems to be able to help me either. So I cried to Mother. I went outside and laid down and cried to her, and she brought me the solutions. Whatever we are, we know really what we are because of our gifts, of what we love. You know, I love people, and I love building communities of higher consciousness, of light. That's what I love. That's what turns me on. I love it when people wake up. I love that look in their eyes. That turns me really on. That's the best part of my life. And that came to me also throughout my lifetime. I've always loved people and looked at their suffering and felt, how can I help? How can I help? And this is the way I find to help, to assist others, to help others, people evolve. Hope. I give hope to people. I inspire people. I don't. It just goes through me. I've just allowed it. And it was very difficult here. It was very dark. Until I met Dr. Bradley Nelson and the Emotion Code. And I knew that most of our ills are from trapped emotions. Emotions that we don't know what to do with them. Who taught us? Who teaches us how to deal with our emotions? So the question was just posed to me, what do I feel when I meet another being? And I had to ponder on that a little bit, because I had to distinguish whether it's another person or it's another being that is no longer embodied. So it's different. With human beings, we talk this way. We talk this way with a voice. But we also talk with our bodies. And there's also an energy about us that when we are within a few feet of each other, influences us. Heart Math talks about this a lot. And what I feel is different. Everyone's different, right? Everyone is different and special in their own ways. Like, there will never be another Heather like me. There will never be another you like you. There's only one of each of us, and we're all different, but we're all very unique and special. And I was just at our local high school teaching this through the human design program that I love. Jaren teaches it, a friend of mine. And it was interesting how all they were teenagers, and I like that age group because they're so open and they're so willing to learn more about things that interest them. So I just kind of open doors and open windows to allow that in, and I give them experiences that they can feel. So what I feel when I meet someone is I'm also given some pictures, maybe some videos, a movie I kind of call it, of sometimes of that person's past, or sometimes it's what they need in the moment, what words they need or what emotion they need to help them through whatever it is that they're going through. It's different for everyone. With other beings, I can usually tell that they're not embodied because we speak this way. Our mouths don't move, and we get transported to other spaces, and we're in another situation, another circumstance, another locale, and I'm given a lesson or a message. A lot of times it's for that person, or it's for my own evolvement, my own evolution, my own ascension. But a lot of times it's for the other person. So I try and be a conduit for that, to help in the raising of the consciousness of everyone. We can go outside and discover more about our souls, our spirits. Yeah. You coming? And these are chicory from last year. Here's one. Just stepped on. So we dig out the roots and harvest that in the fall. So we're going to have to cut these, and then they'll grow again this year. This is, I think, their third year. So we'll cut them and we'll dig them out. dig out the roots, and it's a great coffee. It's not coffee. Hi, this is a galactic sphere. It brings in universal energies from the galaxies back to Earth so that we can heal ourselves. There's another one that I'm going to make a sweat lodge out of. I always have people coming to create more for themselves, for the prosperity of all of us, for our community. I love being in community. I love the sacredness of it, of like-minded people, but also of people that are looking for who they really are and looking for their purpose. Why do I think we're unique? Because we have a soul. But I believe animals have souls too, birds especially. I had an experience on retreat one time about these birds that came in and transformed into light beings, and they told me that all birds were angel messengers. So from that day forward, I can't eat birds. That was my only rule when my children were growing up. Hugs and kisses, and don't hurt yourself and don't hurt another. Of course, if you do hurt another, you're only hurting yourself because you have to make amends for it. You have to make repairs for it. The question was, do you believe you have a soul? And I was to ask 4 people. The first people I asked were my parents. And I was shocked by their answer. They said they didn't know. And then I started asking more and more people. I asked my daughter. I asked my son. And my other son, too. And I started asking friends of mine. I only had to do 4, but I got curious about that. Do you believe you have a soul? I know you do, but do you believe that? So that's kind of where I start, to help people remember who they are. That they have a soul, a spirit that's connected, that has all the accesses. Re-accessing your highest self, your best self, your soul self, capital S self. That's what I'll call it. So my soul is my capital S self. What's it to you? And I don't remember how I was created. I think our souls are immortal and they have no beginning and no end. But I do know that my human life has that. And I remember being in a round table. It wasn't round, it was oval. And there was all the souls in my soul group that agreed to assist me, and I agreed to assist them in this lifetime. And we made decisions on what we wanted to learn from revision of all of our past lives to get to this point. So what we needed to work on. So I remember that agreement. And that agreement was to come and work on whatever I needed to work on as my human self, to learn charity, to learn humbleness, to learn how to get out of arrogance and how to get out of ignorance and be open to the light so that I can assist others. That's why I came here. I don't know why you came here. But I think it's everybody has their own path. And how do you discover that if you don't get into it? So my agreement, I remember my agreement, and I remember many, many other lifetimes. Many other lifetimes. And I believe that if we rise, if our genes, if we work on it, and we rise to our divinity in one of those genes, that it will naturally flow over to others and create heaven on earth again. I think that's how we started here. That we are made of the earth. I think our human bodies are made of the earth. You can find our bones millions of years later, right? So I believe that we earn coming back to work out our stuff. And our bodies are made of the earth. Our spirit, of course, is from the stars. I believe that when we come in, maybe we leave a part of that there, and we're connected through that etheric ribbon that I used to see when I would go flying every night. When I would leave my body, I would be up on top of the bed and I could see my body in the bed, but I could also see this ribbon. It was a transparent white crystalline fluorescent ribbon. It was just a ribbon, and it would go wherever I went, but it would always stay connected to my body. So I think that is our lifeline. I think that's where we come from. I think there's a gazillion souls out there, innumerable souls on different levels of ascension, and we just get to come here to Earth. I think it's a gift because I love Mother Earth. Mother Earth is just amazing. She has everything for me. She gave me everything. She gave me my body, yeah, through my parents, through my mother and father. Yeah. She gives me water. She gives me air, the breath. That's where we can go. The breath. I think that's the only connection to our spirit that we can focus on to create more of an expansion of windows to open up so that we can really know our soul. I think once we master that mind chatter and we focus on our breath, magic happens. So, I was asked, if you're at home, okay, and you have no guides and you have no teachers, what can you do in 3 simple steps? Not easy, but simple steps on how to reconnect, reaccess your soul. The first one is breathing, sitting and breathing. Sitting and breathing. Quieting the mind, relaxing, settling in, taking deep breaths until you're calm. The oxygen, it has a physiological part to it, but it's also very spiritual. That breath that comes from Mother Earth, all the trees, all her elements, goes in us and calms us and allows the mind to stop all the chatter. If you ever had a broken record mind, a monkey mind, they call it monkey mind. I call it a broken record because it sometimes just repeats the same thing over and over again. And that calms it, for me anyway. And I believe for many, many people. I think the breath is our connection, our reconnection. So we need that reconnection because we forgot. So how do we remember? Breathe. Sit. Breathe. After you've breathed for a while and you feel yourself calm, ask your questions. Ask for solutions. Ask for courage. Ask for understanding. Ask for whatever you want to ask for. Then breathe some more and listen. Solutions come automatically. They don't come from us pushing things. They don't come from trying to figure it out. They don't come from making things happen. It doesn't work that way. It's a very soft, gentle, subtle, deep down, quiet voice. So the 3 simple, not easy, steps are, maybe you can get a mentor, and I'd be happy to do that. Maybe I'll do a video about that. But the 3 steps: sit, Breathe. Breathe. Ask your question. Here's the important part. Listen. 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 Listen with your heart. Listen with your whole being. No matter how hard it gets. No matter how much pain you're in. No matter how, because pain is just a call for attention. Go under it. Go deeper. Go below it. Breathe into it. The pain will go away and you'll rediscover who you really are. So breathe, ask, listen. Here we are back at my grandma's Loucks, my Grammy's Loucks. I was asked, why do I do this? Why do I do shows? Why do I do what I do? Why do I give classes? So if I can assist one person in getting back to their soul, I know that I'm working on those 106,667 of us that will create, recreate, co-create heaven on earth again. Be well. Big heart hugs from me. Big heart hugs.
Well, welcome back. I'm still trying to bake the muffins. But finally, I think we're finished. I hope you enjoyed our show today. If you would like to make an order or donate muffins to charity, then please go to the website listed below. With every muffin order, we donate muffins to the charity of your choice. I call it giving your dough to charity. I also encourage you to donate directly to the featured charity today by going directly to our website and getting their information. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on dancing through life by giving to others through love. Let me finish baking these muffins, and see you next time.